loves, it's Elle and welcome back to my channel. We are doing some old school YouTube here. No beauty lights, in front of a window, at my mom's house, because we're still here and it's Foundation Friday. So if you want to know about this really cool foundation that you guys have been asking me about, hit the subscribe button, share this video with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. Alright, so you are on a window, the window's open, so I apologize if you hear some birds and some wind, but I am literally just getting old school here, okay? So what we're going to be talking about today is a foundation that I have been wearing non-stop. There are some disclaimers about this foundation which I will walk you through, but what we're talking about today is the Oxygenetix Oxygenating foundation. I am in color taupe, and I have been wearing this non-stop for the past, I'd say, week and a half. I've traveled with it so I could really give you a good test because so many people talk so highly of it. I did purchase this myself on Brianna Stanko's website, Premier Look. I'll link everything below. But let me tell you a little bit about this foundation to start out with and then some of my disclaimers. So, first of all, it is a acne control foundation, and what's important about that is it's probably the best acne control foundation texture I have ever tried, meaning that it does have salicylic acid in it. The active ingredient is salicylic acid, 2%. So if you do have hormonal acne, or you have teenagers that have acne and you need a foundation that's going to help combat the the bacteria on the skin, and it's going to be good for acneic skin, this might be something to look into. What the website says is that it does, the website does say that it features a lightweight texture that minimizes the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, discoloration, and other imperfections as it heals and prevents the formation of breakouts, obviously due to the salicylic acid in here. And it also has antioxidant-rich grapeseed extract to fight off free radicals. It has soothing aloe vera, which will calm redness and inflammation for a flawless complexion. Now, that's what's kind of interesting here. The thing that I don't really love about it, is the price point. This is a $76 foundation. The ingredients are not super bad, but they're not super clean. There is some dimethicones in there, PEGs, but the main active ingredient in there is that salicylic acid. Now, there's going to be no burning, no nothing. It feels really lightweight on the skin. It also has, so the brand itself imparts oxygen into their products, so oxygen also helps fight any kind of bacteria on the face. It also plumps and firms. That's the point of oxygen. But this is $76 for this little tiny thing, and it's only 0.5 ounces. This is definitely more of a light to medium coverage, but for me, that was my kind of sticking point. It's so expensive, which I know that it's because it is on a kind of more healthier tip of a foundation. It has a lot more skincare benefits and technology built into this foundation. This is something that is absolutely appropriate for after peels, after lasers, things of that nature. So it is okay to use post-procedural, and that is what this has been used for in spas, med-spas, doctor's offices, things like that. So alright, so I have a friend that came in to see us, my beautiful daughter, Gray. Again, like I said, I'm at my mom's house, so she is here. But anyway, what I wanted to say was I don't want to discount the kind of amazingness of this foundation just because of the price point and amount that is in here, but it's definitely something to note. It's something that I don't know if I will purchase again because of those things. But also, I am not acneic or a rosacea sufferer, so just want to put those kind of disclaimers out there. So how I've been using it and how they suggest either with a damp sponge, which I find dilutes it way too much and wastes too much product, even with a brush. So I say just use your hands and you do this, and literally it goes on like a dream. It just smooths right over the skin. I'll scoot you in just a second. But this is how I do it, and it literally is, when you do it this way, it's a beautiful lightweight coverage. It definitely can be built up a little bit. You can absolutely use this under your eyes, over your eyes, all of that. But this is what it looks like up close and personal. And again, we'll go into natural light with just my phone, so you can see that as well. Obviously, we're in natural light, but I will go outside. So from here, this is what it looks like. All right, so what I do is I'll take a little bit more, see how much foundation you need to actually kind of build it up. I just feel like I would go through it in a heartbeat, you know what I mean? But it is a beautiful foundation. I mean, it really is. And it has a more matte finish to it, a satin matte finish to it. So I'll let you get up real nice up and close. See how pretty? Honestly, it doesn't sit into any fine lines. It is really a gorgeous foundation. But I will tell you a couple things also. I have been combining this with the Osmosis regular foundation and the CC cream. That's how you're gonna get more wearability and longevity out of this. I do feel if you are dry, you can absolutely use this foundation, but you are gonna have to mix it with something that's a little bit more hydrating, just to get it to kind of glow and do what you're supposed to do. So this foundation, in my opinion, can work for a lot of skin types, They don't have a great color selection. It just is what it is, but they don't have a great color selection. Again, taupe is pretty much a perfect match for me. So I do not set this foundation, guys. I do wear an oil underneath this foundation because I am more normal to dry. So I have prepped my skin about 15 minutes ago with a oil, and then I let that sit in for about 15 minutes and then apply this, and that's how I kind of get it to glow a little bit more. So I do not set this with any powder. I will go under my eyes and use my concealer and set that, but that is it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go finish my makeup and I'll be right back. All right, love, so here it is up close and personal. Everything is on. It is super lightweight. I did not use any powders except for my blush and my bronzer. Obviously, they're powder products. It is, I can't tell you how weightless it feels on the skin, and I haven't dermaflashed in a while since it's been packed up, and I just want to show you how well it wears over the vellus hair on the skin. So that is actually a really good thing, too. I've worn this for about 4 or 5 hours, actually longer than that, maybe 6 hours, and it wears pretty okay. We're going to do a full wear test today so I can show you how it really wears. It definitely wears better when it's just by itself and not diluted with anything, obviously. When I do it with a CC cream, it doesn't wear as long. But let's get into this. I will go into natural light in 1 second with my phone, and then I'll see you guys back in a few hours. All right, so we are in natural light. Wow, it's really bright out here. So this is what it looks like. All ready to rock and roll. Oh my gosh, seriously, my eyes are so, it's like too bright for me. So this is what it looks like in real light, man. Looks super good. If you want a little bit of extra glow, I would put a primer on with it. It would go great with an illuminizing primer, and it does definitely go more satin matte. It's not dewy, it's not luminous, it's not even really skin-like, but boy, it does look like skin, if that makes sense. There's not really a shift to it or a glow. That's just not the nature of this foundation, okay? So if you want to add a glow, do it with primer or use like a spray of some sort after, just to give it a little bit of hydration. All right, you guys, so I'll see you in a few hours. All right, party people, I look all crazy because Gray has a little bit of a cold and I was laying down with her, but that's a good test to see how this foundation works. It's a little bit more glowy now. After a couple of hours, we're at 5 hours of wear, and it's going really well. I just will say this, this is basically the amount that I've really worn it, and it's looked the best. It is a good foundation. It just is not like super, super long wearing. Now, I have not tried this with like a sticky primer, you know what I mean, to really make it adhere a little bit longer. I did actually, you know what, no, that's not true. I did try it with the Milk primer, and I didn't notice a significant increase in wearability, but there's other ones out there that could maybe make this foundation last a little bit longer. Also, setting it, of course, is going to make it last a little bit longer. Using a setting spray is going to make it last a little bit longer. But it being already matte, I just didn't want to mattify it anymore. So here we are, up close and personal. That's all this way. So I think it still looks pretty. This is the thing. For me, I'm going to check in another couple of hours, but it's like, if you want to spend the money on an expensive foundation that's 0.5 ounces, that's not like super concentrated, but you do want something that's a little bit cleaner, that's great for rosacea and acne skin, this foundation might be you. Am I enjoying having it? Absolutely. Do I want to repurchase it? I'm on the fence. I'm leaning towards probably not. So we'll see how it goes in another couple of hours, but I just wanted to give you a little check-in. Okay, bye. All right, guys, so we are at actually hour 10, and it has worn really well. I'll be very honest with you, but you can tell that it's starting to come off of my nose. It's gotten quite a bit shiny. So this is definitely not a long wearing foundation, but it is a very pretty foundation. There has a lot of skincare benefits that we talked about. If you're looking for this super long wearing foundation, maybe you guys have recommendations to me to make it last a little bit longer. I'd love to hear them besides setting it and, you know, using a setting spray. But this is what it looks like. I'll give you up close and personal. See, it's kind of come off on my nose around here. Around my chin it's come off, but it doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look like it's like cracking or flaking or getting, you know, it doesn't look weird. So I could definitely go out in public and still feel like I was, you know, put together of some sort. I'm trying to see. Yeah, it's just really, you see this whole thing off of my nose. So let me know if you guys have tried this foundation. I don't think, again, like I said, I mean, I think it's a really great foundation. I don't know if I'd repurchase it. I think the Osmosis liquid foundation that I reviewed a few weeks ago is just as good. Obviously, it's for a different need though. So if you are more acneic, rosacea, have a redness, this might be one you absolutely should try. It definitely mixes really well with other foundations, which is nice. So you can get some of the added benefits of this foundation in with one that's maybe more full coverage or more moisturizing or whatever you need. So thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Mwah. Bye, loves.